Hey, just want to say thanks for coming back. We have round three. We have an all-star, Malique Glenn, playing his patented Master Yi deck versus Chava switching it up, playing Misfortune. Both of these players are great players coming from other games, and now they're mainstays of the Las Vegas community. So let's see who's going to win. Malique is starting off with Valmaw's Lair. Neither player can retreat from there. And Chava's starting with Aspirin's Climb, the classic Misfortune start. Basically, both players got to win by getting to 9, breaking the game. Now, both of these decks are kind of top-end decks, but I know Malik's deck, he doesn't really like playing Dazzling Aurora. He plays more of a mid-range Yi, which seems to be the more in vogue thing to do. So Malique is going to be kind of the aggressor at the start of this match, and Chav is going to basically be trying to play control, trying to make the game go as long as possible, resolve a Dazzling Aurora, and kind of ride that to victory, while Malique is just trying to tempo him out. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Ed, and I'm joined with Michael. Say what's up, Michael.
What's up? What's up?
Good boy. Just kidding.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh
end
my
the stream.
God.
End the stream,
End
guys.
the stream now.
I'm going home.
That was immaculate. I'm glad that Michael's brother heard me say that. And just let everyone know, Michael left. He's sick and tired of my antics.
I'm back.
All right, let's see who gets to go first. Again, the name of the game is who has an early drop. Chava's early drop is going to be mobilized, trying to ramp up for next turn. Malique just needs any creature to kind of put the pressure onto Chava.
Malique is putting back his Tasty Fey Folk. Maybe considering keeping it. I do like it in this matchup. So we're going to keep Poro, Kiana, Fey Folk. I like the On Guard too. I like his hand in general, actually. It might be a... What's he putting back? On Guard, Fey Folk? Because we keep the... Yeah, we put back On Guard, Fey Folk. No, we kept the Fey Folk. My god, his hand flicking is too skillful for me. I can't see.
It's a Fey Folk, looks like Kiana. And then we always got the trusty Stalwart Poro, my favorite 2-drop. He's so cute. All
He's
right.
ready to attack.
And here we go. We got turn 2. We got the Catalyst of Aeons.
That is definitely the play of all time.
Now, if I was Malique, I would try to be summoning 2 more creatures onto this board.
We have a Deny and a Kiana in our hand. We have a pretty good opening for the Mashy mid-range deck. We also have the 1/2-drop that gives a buff as well to make our cards a little bit bigger from time to time, because that 1 might really does matter when you're getting 2 might from the Mastery buff when you're attacking defending alone, making Kiana a 5 and then making her a 7. And then if you on guard, then that is perfect like calculations to get right over a bunch of 8-power units coming from the Misfortune side.
Just want to say thanks to Child Asleep for subscribing to us on Prime. We got a sub. Let's go. Woo. And Malique is in the tank here. The thing about it is if he rushes that Stalwart Poro into the Valmaw's Lair, he can't retreat it. And sometimes against this Misfortune deck, you want to be able to play around stuff like Dead Bloom Predator that can only come into an occupied battlefield. And a Kiana to develop his board. Malique just needs to be summoning a creature every turn because he needs to just have a creature threatening a point every single turn. A Tasty Fey Folk coming down from Chava, not often seen in... Oh, it's a Master Yi mirror match, actually. I thought it was a Misfortune mirror match. Yeah, it's a Master Yi mirror match. Okay, well, it's Aurora Master Yi versus, what is it called? Versus normal Master Yi, Tempo Master Yi.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was Misfortune.
Yeah, I thought it was Misfortune. No, it's double Master Yi.
Double E's?
Yeah. Not going to lie, the Catalyst of Aeon really did throw me for a loop. I really thought it was Misfortune for a second.
He's still probably an Aurora deck, though.
No, of course he is
An Aurora Yi versus a normal Yi. That's it's a good matchup to see. See which one can come out on top. I feel like we've had a double Yi mirror match in the finals like So much recently.
Yep. And
Because our Yi players are good players.
a lot of people in our area choosing to play Master Yi, but we still got a lot of Kaisas, a lot of Annies, but a lot of our local players do favor Master Yi. They like the control. A lot of people, a lot of older players, they do like counter spells.
Yeah, Deny is
Just an egregious
such
card.
a cool card.
Oh, and here's Malique being stoic as possible, trying to find his center, getting an extra mana, drawing a card. The scary thing about Malik's deck is he is playing the mid-range Yi, so once an Aurora comes down, Chava basically can use all his mana every single turn for battle tricks or for permission spells, while Malique has to kind of balance his big creatures with having some mana open.
The Tasty Fey Folk is just showing how strong it is, being able to like just stay there in that battlefield, and if it dies, who even cares? You get the ramp. In the mid-range Z, you run the Tasty Fey Folk, even though he's not the biggest person, and you feel really sad when you get him off Aurora, whatever. But you really need him in the mid game, and the Aurora's coming
And
out.
there's Dazzling Aurora, the names, not the namesake of the deck, but honestly the linchpin of Chava's strategy here. He's foregoing the early game, trying to ramp, trying to summon a big fatty. Who is it going to be? Honestly, we want to see a Deadloom Predator right now if he was here. Mountain Drake
Mountain
is a
Drake.
strong unit.
Devlin would have been really nice.
It would have been really nice keeping off Malique.
But Malik he had the 3 mana up and the Kiana with the Yi buff. Maybe that would have been bad.
Yeah, it could have been bad, definitely.
I do like the Mountain Drake regardless. So now we're just going to be getting free gigantic people. We have to move our Kiana back because even with that Mashi defensive buff, she's not big enough.
And here's the thing. We've seen this time and time and again. What does a player do after an Aurora gets slammed down in front of them? And here's what we need to do. We need to set up a fat board. We're trying to basically get a big conquer here to make up for the fact that our stats aren't as big as these singular creatures.
The problem with the fat board is theirs will get only fatter as that Aurora gets time to tick on and get card after card.
But I do see an important card here for Malique, and it's going to be this Rune Prison. If Malique can go ahead and just try to get a quick conquer and get over the board, he'll be able to Rune Prison to be able to defend, and if he can leverage the point discrepancy. But here we go. The Mountain Drake coming in and getting 4. Here's the issue. Chava was never really on the down foot this entire game. So this Aurora is going to put him in even more ahead, and a second Aurora coming down. And this is just showing the power of Aurora in the mirror match. Malique has a formidable board. He summoned a bunch of creatures, but in the face of a Dazzling Aurora, it does nothing.
I don't think there's much Malik can do because it's just too much cheating at this point. He's straight up just cheating. The White Flame isn't that good to pull off the top. It's just still, an 8 drop was cool, but it takes one White Flame out your deck, so your opponent knows that there's a less likely chance to play around that.
So if I was Malique, what would I want to have at this point? Personally, I want a White Flame Protector here.
White Flame, he does have
and I can see the White Flame Protector here.
That's a good to trade for that mountain.
It's able to basically just...
On the Kiana to get the extra card draw would be cool.
And I do like this White Flame from Malique because he's able to send over a tiny creature to try to beat out one of these big creatures.
Does he have a charm in there?
And has a Defy. If he has a Defy and a Charm, his hand is bazongas here.
I don't think he has a charm. The charm would have been so good.
Oh, yeah, the Charm would have been absolutely disgusting.
Fantastic with White Flame because it gets double use out of that 8 buff. You get to attack in and then pull someone over. So a great little 1-2 combo.
Because I'm not going to lie, killing both, Mountain Drakes would have been insane.
It would have been pretty good. But then he would have got 2 more.
But I'm not going to lie here. Off of this Conquer, I'm drawing a card. I'm trying to hit this high roll of a Charm.
Yeah, I think we're drawing the Charm off the top.
Ooh, and he chooses not to. He values that extra mana.
He's very behind on tempo, so getting the extra mana is important. But that card off the top, though, could have been a charm. feel like that Kiana is just kind of put out to pasture at this point. We could put an Hourglass down, but like, do we want to save the Kiana with the Hourglass, or do we want to save like the bigger guy?
And the issue here is Malique is leaving 2 up, probably leaving, potentially thinking about Rune Prison. The only issue with the Rune Prison is Chava has 2 fat creatures. Rune Prison only checks 1 of them. And here he's planning to just play the Zhonya's Hourglass here, trying to protect his Kiana.
Kiana is an important card for the deck, being able to draw or put your runes back. Instead of drawing, he probably put the rune back because he knew he had to de-ramp for the Rune Prison this turn. You know what's better than 2 Auroras?
3 Auroras? There's no way. There's about to be 3 Auroras on this guy's board.
Come on, show it to us. Nah, yeah, I don't think he has it. That'd been so funny, though. He does have a Charm in hand, which is cool. He's just going to pop that, and then he's going to Charm in the White Flame. He has a Deny in his hand. He is going to Charm, and then the Charm is going to get denied. And then it's just a pack up because Malique's a good player. He's not going to sit here and waste our time. He's like, bro, this man has 2 Auroras and all of his Mountain Drakes are on the field right now. Get me out.
And here we go. Malique playing the mid-range version. I wonder if he has the option to side in Auroras. Personally, I don't think Malique would have that option in his deck. Huh? Which one? It looks fine. So I wonder how Malique is going to approach this matchup. I think he wants to still play the more mid-rangey game to kind of get the jump on Chava. Because honestly here, Aurora now gets worse at every point because now we have the option of stuff like, what is it called? Salvage, right? Not salvage. What is the recycle card that looks at your opponent's hand?
Oh, Sabotage.
Sabotage, yep. Malique has the option of using Sabotage to get cards out of Chava's hand, but also one of the best cards to pair with Aurora is going to be Aspirant's Climb. Aspirant's Climb lets the game go on just a little bit longer, and not having access to that means the games could go shorter, and that's usually where Master Yi wants it to. The Master Yi Tempo deck wants it to be compared to the Dazzling Aurora deck.
Yeah, like I was saying, Sabotage, you look at your opponent's hand, you get to get a non-unit card from it and recycle it. So that does include Gears, and it is one way that the Master Yi deck can out the Aurora version by hopefully getting the Sabotage at the right moment when they have Aurora, and then you can Sabotage.
And Malique is starting off with Grove of the God Willow. It is a classic start for any type of hold strategy. It's great when you get to go first and just draw extra cards. Backed up with the Master Yi buff ability, a lot of things can be able to happen. And Chava is starting off with my favorite battlefield of set 1. It's Obelisk of Power. He's able to basically start off with 4 mana going second. Gets to be able to cast the Catalyst of Aeons going second turn 1. So Malique gets to go first, and if I'm Malique, I'm looking for a 2-drop right now. But it's not that bad because having access to Find Your Center is going to be... Oh, and there is the 2-drop. I see the Clockwork Keeper. That is what Malique wants here. I think he's trying to play that before anything. Yep. And he's playing it. Playback goes back to Chava. Now he has 4 mana to work with. Let's see what he has. Is he still playing a ramp strategy? Find Your Center. Both. That is a playable card in both, what is it called? Ramp Master Yi and mid-range. So it's still up to debate if Chava is going to have Dazzling Aurora still in his deck. All right, Malique gets to untap, gets to be able to probably hold with his battlefield. And that's what he wants to do, just try to draw as many cards as possible. Trying to draw into the Sabotage, probably hit a Dazzling Aurora out of Chava's hand. And he's choosing to Find Your Center, and Chava deems that as worthy to defy, keeping him off of the 7-mana turn.
That is a cool defy. It seems not worth, but I do like it. You could use it for like battle tricks, but we're using it here early to stop him from actually tempoing us out of the game.
And Malique gets to do what I said is really important in this matchup is every turn you want to develop a body because every single turn that you don't have an extra body conquering another battlefield is another turn where Chava gets to have free run of what he wants to do.
And we're going to find our center uninterrupted. Doesn't look like we have a roar in our hand yet. We do have a charm and a rune prison. I think that was rune prison. Charm for sure. We have our clock going up to 2. Got our draw. Got our extra draw off the God Willow. And then we are going to push into our other battlefield to get that point.
Yep, and this is it. Next turn, it's really here. Does Chava have Dazzling Aurora? He's able to hit basically double ramp, well, triple ramp technically with the Obelisk of Power. So let's see if he has it here. He's putting, we're really putting Chava to the test. If I was Malique, I just want to summon as many bodies as possible. And I like that draw of Clockwork Keeper. Malique knows what his win condition is, and it's trying to draw Sabotage to hit the potential, what is it called, Dazzling Aurora from Chava's hand here.
Chava has a deny, but so does Malique. So a funny interaction would be like Sabotage, deny, deny.
Yeah.
But he actually just doesn't have an Aurora right now. So this is like the perfect time for if Malik gets Sabotage and rips it. He basically skates under the radar of that Sabotage for now.
And I like this play of putting the Clockwork Keeper back because even if there is no Dazzling Aurora from Chava, he is hitting that big turn where a Dead Bloom Keeper can just eat up this Clockwork Keeper for free. Even though it would be great to draw an extra card, Malik is valuing basically his might as his win condition here. He needs to make sure that he can survive a Dead Bloom Predator and it basically not eat up cards. And Chava just developing his board with the what is it called, Mountain Drake. And right here, that's just a big creature.
That's just showing that he doesn't have Aurora. Mountain Drake is like no creature to just laugh at. He's so gigantic. But having one big unit, he has a bunch of tiny units to basically equal the might of that. There's more utility in moving those smaller units around the battlefield to get certain things that the bigger unit can't.
So I want to point out a card that Malik has in his hand that is a huge, huge thing here. It's going to be Rune Prison. So even though Malik has small creatures on his field, the Rune Prison is going to be able to stun a big creature like Mountain Drake. And honestly, all Malik trying to do right now is just have points. And Malik is choosing not to keep up the mana for a Rune Prison. That's a pretty interesting move here. He's probably hoping that Chava taps out, runs a Mountain Drake into something, and then Malik is able to just use a bunch of battle tricks to beat over this Mountain Drake.
Yeah, I think right here you don't really mind tempoing out. He has one creature. You lose one battlefield, whatever. It's not the end of the world. You get the hold point, and then next turn you can fight into that Mountain Drake.
Ooh, and I see here he has White Flame Protector. I like that here. It is going to basically going to eat up the Mountain Drake unless Chava has his own type of protection here. But what I do like about here is the White Flame Protector pumping up the, what is it called? The Tasty Fey Folk here. It's going to go to 14, which means the On Guard itself doesn't win it. So I do like that Malique kind of, set up this play to where stuff like an On Guard and a Discipline might not be enough. So what do we have here in Chava's hand? I think we see a Charm here.
Yeah, he has a Charm for sure. But it's like charming the Fey Folk is like, yeah, it's nice, but it's nice for your opponent too because they get the draw and ramp.
Yeah, but I don't mind it here because I'm not going to lie, the big units are what's really, really scary here. Choosing to keep up as much mana as possible. Sabotage, and there it is. There's that key card, and I think
Right here, I just feel like you deny the Sabotage because you don't want him to see your hand anyway, and he's probably going to rip the deny, but you just want to not have the hand knowledge. You could just show, and maybe he keeps you, but...
Oh, and chooses not to deny. He values the ramp.
3 charms. Whoa. Honestly, I kind of like getting rid of the discipline. Keep him off the card draw. Because you have a deny for the deny. He has a bunch of charms. It's kind of crazy. As long as you get rid of that Mountain Drake right now, all of those charms are literally nothings. The Rune Prison is cool too, because if we get out the Rune Prison, our White Flame Protector does go through, and we're
Yeah,
able to just
I
do
like
that.
discarding the Rune Prison
Yeah, the Rune Prison's a good discard here.
because honestly, like with the White Flame, it forces out the discipline. It's still going to be an even trade. He'll take the battlefield. The Rune Prison makes it to where it kind of like blanks out the White Flame Protector. Ooh, and I like that. White Flame to basically hold it up. And I love the White Flame coming into the Obelisk of Power because it plays around a Dead Bloom Predator. Even though Dead Bloom Predator is going to basically match the same attack as White Flame, it's going to trade. And here you go. It's like what I said. It's going to force out the discipline. It's going to be 14 to 14 in stats, and it's just going to be a trade here. Unless Chava draws something off of this discipline, let's see. It's going to be another on guard and discipline. What is it going to be? And it's going to be nothing here. It looks like it's going to be a trade 14 to 14 off the discipline.
Yeah, we get the extra card, but 3 charms and no big guys is
And I like that.
unfortunate.
Malik had the on guard to kind of push it through, but he chooses not to because he knows he gets the point right there.
I also like just saving the on
Ooh.
guard. I
And-
like the guy dying so we could draw 2 and ramp.
Yeah. And I love this, hiding the, most likely the Zonia's Hourglass, White Flame Protector. So what often happens in these Master U matches is the bigger creature is kind of the scariest threat here. And if you're able to kind of just protect the White Flame Protector from another White Flame Protector
And
on Java's
Aurora,
side,
but way too late.
it's way too late here. It's 6-1.
I think the game's basically over at this point.
So here it is. Even with a Dead Bloom Predator off the top, getting the top, Malique potentially has so much cards in hand.
I don't know. Chava's kind of cracked. Maybe he'll come back, but
Yep.
it's pretty rough.
The biggest issue here is if Chava ends up getting a Dead Bloom Predator off the
I
top,
think just keep it in the back.
the White Flame Protector.
Yeah, he did. That's unfortunate. I guess we do challenge.
Yeah, I think we have to. It's just the only
Oh, yeah,
issue
because he just wins automatically.
automatically.
so.
The issue here is the White Flame Protector is there, and Chava has to get another Dead Bloom Protector to what? Not even tie. It actually is a straight loss here. So I don't know what Chava is going to be doing here. Malique is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, he has a lot of buffs right here in order to take this out.
We also just have to remember that Chava is not dead to rights. He does have his Master Yi coming in and accelerated.
You can charm him out. But did Chava use that other deny in his hand?
No, he still has Deny in his hand.
Okay. His hand is like triple charm deny, right?
Yes.
Room prison? No, we got rid of the room
We
prison.
got rid of the Rune Prison.
And then, yeah. So we're going with Master Yi on guard. We have the deny. But I think this is just a bait to get rid of the deny, which is a great play. Double on guard. We have to buff of our own or deny right here. And the reason that we want to do this is because we have a charm in our hand that we could push that Dead Bloom Predator out. So we are denying, and we're going to pop our Zonia's Hourglass to keep our E alive just in case. But then we're going to charm that that guy straight on out of there and move in for the dub. And there we go.
There you
Textbook.
go.
Very
And that was
clean.
great play from Malique. He understood where he needed to be, how aggressive he needed to be. And what I love about it is I feel like Malique won because he pulled all his units back to play around, Chava just having like Dead Bloom Predator and things like that. It was just a great play.
Here's the problem now. The Aurora deck gets to go first. And if they get, like, the cracked, just, like, ramp cards and they get that Aurora out early, it's pretty rough if you
And
don't
here's
get
the-
the sabotage.
And here's the issue. I play with a lot of these players, and I watch them play a lot of times. I kind of know what battlefields are going to come up just because I've seen them play so much. And I really think Malik's next battlefield is going to be Obelisk of Power. He's a big fan of Obelisk Power going second because it lets you just Kiana turn one. The issue here is Obelisk of Power is a horrendous card to use against Chava. But let's see. That's the beauty of locals. People can just switch up stuff to try to test things every time. And
Is
here's
that
what it
Vile
is. It's a Vile
Lair?
Mall Lair. That's going to be a battlefield that kind of doesn't really affect Chava that much. If anything, it benefits Chava because the way the mid-range Yi deck wins often against the, what is it called? The Dazzling Aurora Yi deck is pulling its units back and having something like a White Flame Protector to rush in and kind of do it. You kind of don't want to hold against these Aurora decks.
A lot of people today have been using Valmons, and I do believe that battlefields that are neutral or only help you are just really nice battlefields because you get to play a more clean game of Riftbound where you're not worrying about these like super random effects that are very game like winning and super variants from the battlefields. So we're just saying, okay, what is the one variance that's happening from the top battlefield? We'll do Vilemaw because we're really not pulling out too much. So let's have Vilemaw and let's see your battlefield, and I'll worry about controlling over that top one. And if you want to go into Vilemaw, whatever, there's no bonus for you.
Just want to say thank you to all 15 watchers we have here. We stream every Monday at 6:30 at the People's Card Shop, so come check out our Nexus nights. And if you're down and you love fighting games, we also stream every Thursday. Come check out Bragging Rights also. We stream Tekken and a lot of fun games also. But Malique, what battlefield do you have set? I know it's Obelisk of Power. I just feel it. Oh, it is Obelisk of Power.
Oh, man.
It's so
Unlucky.
nasty. Oh, no. That's not what he wants.
Yeah, he didn't play it in that other game.
Yep. But that's the thing. I'm a big fan of Obelisk of Power in these mid-range Master Yi decks because going second, summoning Kiana is better than almost any other 2 to 3 drop that they could play. Chava gets to go first. Chava wants to start off with something like Mobilize into Catalyst of Aeons, and Malique wants to either go double 2-drop turn 1 to try to get as many battlefields as possible, or like I said, the Kiana going second is another strong move. And we've seen it here. You know, a lot of players like to side out their Master Yi their Aurora out of their deck, but I feel like Chava is keeping it in, especially going first. It seems like the most high roll volatile thing that he wants to do.
What card's in orange-green kills a gear right now? Nothing? They just have Sabotage to stop it before it happens, right?
Yeah, sabotage
That-
before it happens or Adaptatron. I think Adaptatron is really solid here because it kind of just you played on played on turn 2, and you kind of just look at your opponent saying, are you really going to play a Dazzling Aurora that's going to just die? So a lot of options here. That's the beautiful thing about a side deck is you know what's going to be the popular deck, so you can kind of like prepare. And we see one of the key cards in this matchup is going to be Sabotage. So let's see what these players do here. We see the Sabotage from Malique. That is going to be an ace card here. So if I was Malique, I want to save the Sabotage for as long as possible and try to back it up with a Deny here. All right, so Chava gets to start off with 3 mana here. And Chava is shaking his head, but let's see what he has here. Find your center. That is a ramp card that is not mobilized, so that's really strong here. Catalyst Aeon is up for grabs. Let's see what Malique does here. If I'm Malique, I want to summon 2 2-drops in his hand. We can see here he has a Primal Strike, a On Guard. Just playing a Stalwart Poro. That's still what he wants. He still wants to be able to develop his board. If I was him, I would want a second card, like a Clockwork Keeper, or just another Stalwart Poro.
Yeah.
But let's see what Chava does. It's going to be a Mobilize. And there you go, 6. I believe he has 8 mana, right? 8. So it's 1 turn off of, what is it called?
Aurora. And the thing to do is, like, we don't want to actually use our Sabotage now because he has 1 more draw to try to find that Sabotage. So we might want to hold it until next turn because he'll have 8, so it's not really that risky. And then on the turn after that, we'll be able to use it.
Okay, and he's choosing the sabotage here. Let's see what Chava has. And I want to say,
Oh,
ooh,
he
and
does
there's
it.
the Dazzling Aurora.
Nice.
Maybe he wants to hit Charm, you know? Primal
Dang.
Strength. Okay, I like it here. Tasty Fey Folk. It's not that bad.
Is that 2 runes or 1, that green one? Or
That's
is it
3
shiny?
runes. That's 3 runes.
It's 3. Okay. Man, that is what you want to see. He's feeling pretty nice right now.
And that's the thing, just like what I said. Game 1, Dazzling Aurora is one of the most powerful cards you could be playing. But games 2 and 3, that's where Dazzling Aurora ends up being kind of a scary card to play in your deck. It's hit by so many removal spells, and stuff like Salvage kind of gets rid of it from the start. You know, you give up your first 2 turns to play this Dazzling Aurora, but if it gets if it gets sabotaged out of his hand, what is he to do? All right, so Tasty Fey Folk. There's also Deadloom Predator as a viable option here. I don't know if it's in his hand, but it would be a strong move to try to set up versus.
We do have double on guard, and we have a discipline in our hand, so we do have so much potential. He has a Tasty Fey Folk. You can accelerate that Tasty Fey Folk in, but it does lose to just that pump spell. And it's looking really strong on Chava's part, but now losing that Aurora, you're feeling pretty iffy if you don't draw another one real soon.
Now the question here is Chava going to accelerate it? Is he going to try to get points here? Because right now the game plan is totally different. Before we were just trying to just.
He wants that card draw. Even if it dies, he honestly does not care at this point. He gets the 2 ramps and the card draw from the Tasty Fey Folk is totally okay.
And it's going to be 6-6 right now. I wonder if Malique is totally cool with just the trade here. Oh, is it a trade? Oh, it's not a trade.
Because
the shield trigger, I totally forgot. I always remember the Master Yi, but Stalwart Poro does have +1 shield. So it's 7-6. And now Chava is looking for something. He's looking for any card here that can put him back into the game. Deadloom Predator maybe, or what is it called? But what we really, really want is just a Dazzling Aurora.
Yeah, that's why actually I do like the Accelerated Watcher in order to draw one and channel. Man, Tasty Fey Folk is pretty crazy.
Did we know if Malique had a, what is it called? Did we know if Malique had a, not a charm, but a Defy in hand? Does he have a Defy in hand? Because the thing about it is, Chava definitely had the option to go ahead and try to take the Obelisk of Power, secure that he gets a point, and we know Chava does have a charm in hand to kind of steal the Stalwart Poro. And then now he has the Defender trigger, and it's up to Malique to have a bunch of buff spells on that one. The only issue about that is Chava would have to double deramp himself, and is that where he wants to be? Because I did like the move up and charm play.
Man, we just want to see Aurora, though.
Yeah, we just want to see Aurora. Well, we don't want to see it. Chava wants to see it.
That's the difference between these 2 decks. Is the mid-range Master Yi is good in the same situations that the other Master Yi is good in as well. But the difference
I'm
is
running
that
Yi out there. I know Malique's thinking about it, but I'm slamming Yi out there.
Okay.
Because he has I believe he has another buff spell up there, but we're just trying to. If I'm Malique, I'm trying to get to 6 points as fast as possible right now. We need to be on freaking Chava's butt, because right now he does not have a lot of things going for him. But one freaking what's that card called? Dazzling Aurora could definitely change the outcome of this game here.
His hand quality isn't that great. So find your center, ramp, draw one. He needs some more interaction. He has a Tasty Fey Folk and some buffs, but doesn't have a deny yet or protection.
Yeah, I think Malique was just trying to just draw another early drop here, just so he can develop his board and have some type of interaction on his opponent's turn, because he knows I believe Malique still has a defy. Now it's up to Chava. He is playing the Zonia's Hourglass, and I think it's going to be a pass here. Ooh, and a
and
Dead Bloom Predator. I
That's
like the
pretty
Zonia's
nice.
first before the Dead Bloom Predator coming out. It's playing around a bunch of different pump spells here. So right now, with the Master Yi buff and the, what is it called? The shield trigger, it is going to be 5 to 8 showing. So let's see what Malique has here. And is Chava tapped out? I know Chava does have a Defy. I don't think Chava is tapped out, right? Yep, he has 2 runes just chilling up here. So he can play around at least one hand trap. I mean, one interaction. But all we see from here is Malique has just the Defy. I don't think he can answer the Dead Bloom Predator just yet. And that's the thing about it, about this. Even though you do hit something like the Dazzling Aurora, the Master Yi deck is just filled with a bunch of good cards. It could just win without Dazzling Aurora. And the thing about it is, even though Malique did get rid of the Dazzling Aurora, Malique did kind of have to play maybe a little subpar, or he had to play a little bit slower because he had to always have this mana open.
He's trying to determine if he's using buffs in order to just like
So we do know
save
Malique
himself,
does have a
or
Primal
just,
Strength in his hand.
I think he's just going to say it's fine. I'll lose a Poro, but he's really debating it.
The only issue here with using any type of pump spell is that it's going to push the Dead Bloom Predator back, and that's what Malique is afraid of. He kind of doesn't want to. He wants to set up a bad Zonias for Chava, but there might not even be a bad Zonias because all Chava's creatures are gigantic. So this is where Malique not wants to be, but this is where Malique maybe wanted Dead Bloom Predator plus a buff. But this Dead Bloom Predator on defense is 10 might, so Malique has a lot of work to do here.
Man, yeah, the Primal Strength could have got denied, so, right, because that's what he was really worried about.
Really
that
worried
Primal
about,
Strength got denied. It was so unfortunate. Primal Strength is an insane card. It's a lot of mana, but it gives 7 might. That is like a 7 drop worth of stats as an action as well. But the problem with Primal Strength is it is the optimal deny target. 4 mana, which is the peak, and 1 power, which is the peak. So it is fully counterable, and you want to try to bait out the counter before you commit to this 4 mana play. We're going to Clockwork, try draw. Kiana, we're going to build the board a little bit. He only has 1 point. We have 2. Let's build a little bit of our board. He doesn't have Aurora yet, so we're saying, okay, if he doesn't have Aurora, we got rid of 1. Please don't draw the other one right now. That way we can build our board and actually tempo out the way we want
Oh, I think
to.
I see it. I think I see it. I think I see an Aurora.
That's mad unfortunate.
I really do. I think I see it. He's tapping it. 3-3-3.
Man, is he smiling over there? Is that it? And
Right there.
it
And here it
is.
is. The band played on. Dazzling Aurora is here.
It was a good tempo play, but like that tempo play highly revolved around the Aurora not coming out the exact turn that Malique tried to tempo out his minions.
Yeah, and here's the issue. Normally, when a Dazzling Aurora is played, the other player has a lot of points. The issue is Chava and Malique are even. And anytime both players are even, the Dazzling Aurora person is going to take over.
Now that that Aurora is on the field, it's just there for the rest of the game. And we
And
have
Chava even has Defy up, so he's able to play around a lot of tricky stuff.
He has Charm as well. He might just try to Charm in that Kiana and then have Deny to stop it.
Yep, denied to stop the Primal Strength here.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be
Primal
4 to
Strength
10
deny.
showing.
Oh,
Primal
no.
Strength's coming up, and the Defy Chava's had this.
Please have a deny for that. Oh, thank
And another
goodness.
deny
Thank
coming down.
Goodness, bro. That would have been so crazy if he didn't have that deny. Good deny, though. Keeping that up because he needed to protect that primal strength, and he knew it the whole time.
And what I like about, Chava, it might have been a gamble to activate all these cards, but I don't think it was because he had the Zonias to protect.
I forgot about the Zonias.
Yeah, no, and that's
Not
why,
even dead.
he was able to do his little dance. He was okay with losing out, quote unquote, because at the end of the day, did he really lose out?
This is when
His
he gets
monster's still in the back.
a new Dead Bloom off the top. Tasty
Oh,
Faith.
the Tasty Faith
You
Folk.
hate to see him.
And that's one of the problems with playing Tasty Fae Folk. It's a great card. The turns you don't have, what is it called?
Aurora.
Dazzling Aurora. But as a Dazzling Aurora target itself, it is a low impact one. Just six might is not one you want to be doing when you could be playing stuff like Mountain Drake. That's 10 power. And here we go. Malique needs to set up basically some game shots here because we've said it. Every single match we've played, there has been Dazzling Aurora played. The way to beat Dazzling Aurora is to get under it. The more and longer the game takes, the clock just runs out for these Dazzling Aurora players.
I do think Dazzling Aurora Chava would have maybe immediately won if he pulled the Dead Bloom off the top there and killed that Kiana.
Primal Strength is this turn, so then even if it was another Dead Bloom off, it would have died because it would have been 11 still.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
And here we go. Here's a Tasty Fae Folk, but is it going to be playing defense or is it going to be playing offense? That's the question. If he's playing it in the base, he's setting up for next turn, which is more of an aggressive play. Oh, he's choosing not to. So the Clockwork Keeper is going to be 4 on defense, and the Kiana is going to be 6 on defense.
Could be saving for his White Flame.
Yep. That's what I do like. What I often like here is White Flame being pumped up by, White Flame pumping up the Tasty Fae Folk, going up to 14. So it's a lot harder to use a lot of battle tricks. And here we go. Chava has
a deny.
has a
and the White
deny
Flame.
up.
He doesn't need a White Flame. People are
All right, it's going to be 8-6. Let's see what he has here. And the deny is going to be huge on this discipline.
I think you do it. You take him off a card draw too.
The thing about it is we just want to not get Malique to 6 points. If we can actually just double conquer here, get him off of the 6-point threshold next turn, that's great for us because we're not hugely scared. And the Tasty Fake folks coming in for the Clockwork Keeper, killing it, going up to 4. And now the Dazzling Aurora is going to take over this game. So the real question is, Dazzling Aurora, is it going to have a fat stack or is it going to play unit to the backfield? In my opinion, I want it to be in the backfield. Let's get a Mountain Drake. That's exactly what I wanted. Is it going to be on defense or offense? That's the question. I like it in base. Here we go. And we have unlimited mana off Chava here.
It's kind of funny that everyone's just playing Mountain Drake now because he's just so big.
It's stats on stats, baby.
Yeah, if he defends alone, he's
12. He's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And the corner has been turned. Normally Malique is the aggressor here, but Chava is in the driver's seat, having 2 big creatures. And here it is, the White Flame Protector. It's going to go to 14 right now. 14-6. Let's see what happens here. And this is what Malique wants. Malique basically wants to kind of chain together these White Flame Protectors as a way to have a monster in base but still kind of force through stuff. All right. Now, just as a reminder, this Tasty Fae Folk, when it's on D, is going to be at 8 due to the Master Yi ability. So that's 8-10 showing. There's 3 open mana. So things like On Guard are up for grabs or even Discipline. But Chava does have a Deny in hand. So it's able to play through a lot of different things. So let's see. You gotta run up in there. There's no question about it. All right, let's see. There's the Find Your Center. Gets it cheated out because it's 5 points here. Ooh, and draws the Discipline. And he has a Discipline here. Is that going to be enough? 8-10 to 10. It's only going to be a tie. And he's deeming it not worth it. He's deeming the buff off Discipline is going to be saved for another day here. The only issue with this one is Chava is now able to kind of put a unit in the backfield, not scared. Is he going to stack it up? That's the question. Choosing not to stack it up here, I like that play. The question is, what is Malique going to do here? Malique has a lot of different options. We can see here he has the on guard. He has a lot. Okay, it's going to go to 10. It matches.
So, like,
the dead
preemptively
bloom.
buffing before a battle phase?
Yeah, it makes it to where you don't
Or
get
showdown.
hosed by a battle trick or anything like that.
Yeah. It makes it like, what, you're going to deny me? I'm not even in a showdown. But sometimes you might want to deny that even if they're not in the showdown. But then their creature isn't really that threatened. So if you know you're going to use the battle trick and you're playing around the deny, you might want to activate the battle trick on your unit in base before he goes in. Because if they actually do deny that, then you're like, okay, then my unit just chills for a turn.
Also, it gives you more options. Whenever you're trying to make a decision in any type of card game, you want to draw first to see what you can do and then commit to plays.
Primal Strength, White Flame, a Rune Prison, a bunch of nice cards.
And Rune Prison, I'm a huge fan of Rune Prisons in these big in these big monster mirror matches.
What do you get rid of here?
I'm getting rid of the Rune Prison. There's no shot in the dark. Because if you think about it right, Primal Strength gets checked by another White Flame Protector, so you can potentially beat that one out. But things like Rune Prison makes it to where like cards like Primal Strength, Double Pumping Up are all for nothing here. So I'm trying to get rid of the Rune
Chava's
Prison.
cards are already gigantic enough. Just get if they're big enough to get over you, then just hit him with the Rune Prison.
Yep. And also, I really, really like Chava's play from last turn where he did not choose to fat stack his board up, and it really shows why he didn't, because he has a White Flame Protector of his own here. And that's what I really like here, is leaving stuff on D, basically, so you can White Flame Protector it, push up. So even if you lose your big monsters here, you can potentially get the points back. And it's looking like it's going to be some of the final turns in this game here, because it's 6-6. There's no Asperin's Climb, and it feels like Chava is going to go ahead and get a hold in. Even if Malique is able to conquer one of these battlefields, if Chava is able to conquer back, he's going to go to 8 for game point. This is a real tough decision here. Again, I'm probably just getting Rune Prison. Rune Prison removes the most amount of variables that you can have here.
It's just a really hard game to win from this point.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Malique did everything. I think Malique did almost everything right here. He waited, and he even got the turn before he could activate, what's that card called? Dazzling Aurora. Malique shipped it out of his hand, but Chava was able to basically slow down the game, make it to where, you know, he wasn't dying really quick and was able to top deck this Dazzling Aurora that put him right back into this game.
I think the one turn that he tempoed out his creatures, he could have did the accelerated Feyfolk, but Chava just ripped the Aurora off the top, which is unfortunate. It's a better play to tempo out your minions better and like have a better like amount of minions. But you'd have been up on points if you tempoed out the tasty Feyfolk, you know.
Oh, it looks like the game is over.
Yeah, Malique knows the writing's on the wall. He's not going to keep us sitting here watching nothing.
Yep. All right, and that was the match. Shout outs to all the people who played. That was a lot. If you were a fan of Dazzling Aurora gameplay, then this was the right place to be.
A lot of
We just
Aurora.
had a lot of Auroras coming down left and right.
Okay, but we stream here on the People's Card Shop every Monday at 6:30. We're in Las Vegas, so come by, check us out. Me and Ed here, we do have a YouTube channel called Conquer and Hold, so if you like us, come and check out that content.
Conquer Hold, baby.
See you next Monday.
See you next Monday.